Right, so this is a review of the BETAFPV BT2 450mAh 1S Lipo battery. And as you can see here, if we just get this to focus, this is the high voltage one, the 4.35 volts version, using the BT2 connection, which, if I can just get it to focus on the end there, is like a little, it's like one side is square and the other side is rounded. We'll just get right into this review, and firstly I'm going to say that I mainly fly these batteries with the Cetus X drone, which is a 2S drone, and it takes two of them like that. And for that drone I get a flight time of about 4.5 minutes, which I would say is pretty good for a small kind of tiny whip style drone. And these batteries are the ones I use. Now, I did previously fly a BETAFPV, I think it was a Beta 75 small drone, using it was a 1S drone using one of these batteries, same ones, right? And yeah, overall I have to say they perform really well. You know, I actually never had to replace any of these ones, whereas the other 1S batteries, like let's say the 250mAh, 300mAh, those ones I felt like I was always having to replace. They would always kind of puff up and eventually go bad. But these ones, BETAFPV, they actually come in a pack of 4, I think, or maybe 6. I've just got 3 here to show you. These ones I've never had a problem with. They've always been really, really good. And as you know, they're designed for small drones, like a 1S drone, a tiny whoop, BETAFPV, you know, something really small, just to fly around the house. Just for that, they're really good. They provide exactly the right amount of power. They never seem to have any problems. They never sag. With some of the smaller milliamp powers, like the 250s, 300s, I found that they can kind of get a bit saggy, if you know what I mean. Like you'll be flying around and then suddenly the drone will just kind of drop because the voltage just isn't there, it's not consistent. But with these, especially with this connection, I feel like this is a very strong, a very good connection, this BT connection compared to the PH connection. This, you know, it's very good. This connection I much prefer to the other connection type, the PH. Let me see if I can show you that. There we go, so we've got some more things here. So this is like a size comparison, I guess, between, this is like a 1S 300mAh, pretty standard battery, lower voltage, this is 3.8 volts, with the PH2 connection. Oh, let me just get it to focus. You can see here the PH2 connection compared to this connection. So it is a smaller connection, but the way that it works is that, trying to see how I can explain this, the actual kind of electrical sticks, let's say, that go into this connection are gripped more tightly with this connection compared to the PH connection, in my experience. With this one, it's just kind of like 2 squarish kind of pins that just go in there. But with this connection, as you can see, it's like more of a meaty kind of like ring that holds the connection pin more strongly. So anyway, yeah, in my experience, they never seem to like sag or lose connection. And this is just another 1S battery to compare it to, I guess. You can see the size difference. In terms of weight, I mean, just, you know, holding it by hand, there's very, very little weight difference, if any. But obviously if you get a scale out, which I unfortunately don't have at the moment, then yeah, this is probably obviously heavier. And so yeah, for charging, what I normally do with these is I run them all off either a USB plate, which charges up to 6 at a time, or I use the BETAFPV one, which is a bit expensive. I think it was about £28, but that one charges BETAFPV batteries like this, stands them upright, and it's pretty good. What else can we review about these, really? I mean, yeah, I've never had any of them sag or puff or lose connection, whereas with smaller ones like this is the Happy Model 1S, and then this is, what is this one? GN3. These ones I have had them go bad quite often. I don't know what it is about that specific milliamp hour, like 300 and below, but for some reason they just go bad more often in my experience, even the BETAFPV ones. Whereas the 450mAh, I don't know what it is. You know, maybe they're just built better, maybe they're wrapped more strongly and tightly. I don't know what it is, but for some reason these particular ones I've never had a problem with. They've always been really, really good. So yeah, that's it basically. Link is in the description to get these at the best price, and that's it for today.